Today, we will ask the question, does Bill Lee, Governor of Tennessee, have the faintest clue what the Constitution and the rulings of the Supreme Court of the United States say related to the right to keep and bear firearms? We will prove that he does not by sharing rulings from the Supreme Court as evidence. Tennessee has a very robust and voluntary committal system in place today, where concerned citizens, school personnel, and family members could bring to light perceived problems under TCA 336402, linked in the description below, along with the website link there as well for the public to understand these statutes. They treat the person, not an inanimate object, not just removing firearms as a way to protect society and that person from harm. Lee's proposal does not remove vehicles, clubs, knives, swords, axes, hammers, gasoline, or matches, but does leave the person free on society to find other firearms or instruments, still allowing them to harm themselves or others. I wonder what pressure is being applied to the governor to push forward on his initiative when the Republican caucuses in both chambers have said no to his request. He is also failing a promise he made in 2018 to the Tennessee Firearms Association membership in a letter he sent seeking to clarify his stance on firearms issues, seemingly seeking support for his candidacy at that time. This is the letter received in 2018. You will notice the specific language he uses to say he is the sole candidate to express the politically incorrect truth regarding the use of our young persons in an effort to curtail our constitutional freedoms, saying it has had a negative impact on our nation. I can promise a red flag law instituted as a result of the Covenant tragedy, where he is now using our young persons, will certainly curtail our constitutional rights. As you can see, there is a list of other promises he made contained in that letter, none of which he has kept. Putting the letter out now to the public shows what the governor intended for us to believe while seeking our vote, as opposed to his agenda now. Remember that the next time he asks for your support. If you find value in these facts presented, hit that like button. It helps to spread the word and gives us a chance to be seen by more people. Second on his list of broken promises is his pushback against HB 1005 this year, which sought to take our state to a much closer stage to real constitutional carry, which would include long guns. But the governor's taxpayer-paid lobbyists, the director of the TBI, the commissioner of the Department of Safety, and his personal spokesman all come out testifying in committee in opposition to the bill. Links to those videos are in the description below. These departments work at the pleasure of the governor, are taxpayer paid, and are not legislators. They are not supposed to be attempting to pass or fail legislation. That belongs to the legislature, and the governor can sign or veto at his discretion. The facts in the SCOTUS rulings I mentioned at the first of this video are thus, and these cites are copied in the description below as well. Heller says, this may be considered as the true palladium of liberty. The right to self-defense is the first law of nature. In most governments, it has been the study of rulers to confine that right within the narrowest limits possible. Wherever standing armies are kept up and the right of the people to keep and bear arms is, under any color or pretext whatever, prohibited, liberty, if not already annihilated, is on the very brink of destruction. Further, Bruin mandates, the text that we have set forth in Heller and apply today requires courts to assess whether modern firearms regulations are consistent with the Second Amendment's text and historical understanding. In keeping with Heller, we hold that when the Second Amendment's plain text covers an individual's conduct, the Constitution presumptively protects that conduct. To justify its regulation, the government may not simply posit that the regulation promotes an important interest. Rather, the government must demonstrate the regulation is consistent with this nation's historical tradition of firearms regulation. Governor Lee needs to study the Supreme Court rulings and the Constitution more closely, or hire employees that can do that for him. Currently, he and his executive division are sorely lacking in that ability. If you liked what you saw and learned today, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps to get our message out. Check back for more content as often as you can. You can find our website at www.tennesseefirearms.com. If you are new there, click that subscribe button as well to receive free emails about issues that affect your Second Amendment rights in Tennessee, as well as events and news that you can use.